So my name is Kegan Smith. All these accolades, I'm not quite sure what to make of them. Truth be told, I'm studying my electrical and electronic engineering masters here. But that's not what we're talking about. What I want to talk to you guys about is some of the projects we're running, and more importantly, one project in particular. We as the university have kind of grown towards alternative energies and building vehicles. And I don't know what youth today doesn't want to be part of building cars. Okay, it's exciting, it keeps you going. If you look in the back over here, this is where we started last year. So let me get straight into it. What we did last year is we built this car from scratch as about 5 students working electrical and electronic engineering. And we're told that this is impossible. There's not enough time, we don't have the right sort of expertise, and we just kind of went ahead and tackled the problem. And that's kind of what I want to approach, is going ahead and tackling the problem. Okay? From this, we basically built a car in, I think it was about 5 months, and we raced this around the country in the South African Solar Challenge 2010. Okay? The race was from here down to Cape Town, to PE, Durban, and then back up to Pretoria again. And all of this took part, and we raced around the country against international universities, like other corporate companies in South Africa, and we learned a huge amount. Okay? And the amount that we learned on the project itself about ourselves as students and what we're capable of, that is what we've taken forward into the next projects this year. So with the momentum we gained from last year and the confidence we gained, we took this forward to a bunch of sponsors, to the university, a lot of people that didn't have faith in us in the first place, and we said, look, this is what we've done, and from what we've done, we want to do this better, and we want to try and teach other people the same sort of mindset. And that's the entire principle of where we're going with these projects. Okay? At this point in the game, we've kind of finished our first stage of the project, and I'll show you pictures as we're going into it. But we've now decided to build another 3 entire vehicles. Now the 3 vehicles we're building are all sort of alternative energies, and we can't ignore it. Alternative energies are, it's a very important feature of, nowadays. You can't ignore the planet and what we're doing to it. And just as importantly, as much as we're making alternative energies and using different kind of solar power and things like that, we want to manage this energy. We want to use it smartly. Okay, so that's an important part of what we're trying to teach and get the mindset across. So what we did is we've now proposed to build 3 vehicles: a solar car, like this picture you see behind me, a hydrogen fuel cell car, and a little turbine jet engine car. The solar car that you saw behind us was designed by a couple of mechanical engineers and design students to do the sort of art faculty of the project. And then they worked quite closely with our electrical engineers. And the entire part about this is we build teams, and we're building groups to work on these cars. Okay? So I'm not sure where we are, but the solar car itself was built and designed, and we try to give it our own little flavor, our own aspect. And this is a project that has been put forward from the university and from us as students. And you can now start seeing these teams grow, and the people are going to, from undergraduate level, so they're busy doing their honors in the engineering at the moment. They're taking this on to the next stage and going to do their masters in it. Okay? And then so each one of the teams had a different couple of students on them in different levels. The next car was a hydrogen car. All 3 of the cars are basically electric cars with some sort of power plant on them. Some way of making energy and charging the battery. So the one would be the solar panels, the one would be a hydrogen fuel cell, which takes hydrogen and mixes it with oxygen. And when these 2 combine, it basically makes electricity. Okay, that's the easiest way of putting it. And the byproduct is water. You can't get much more clean than that as a byproduct. So, but the idea behind each of these cars is, go green, but learn from it. Learn what you're doing. The hydrogen car was built by a team of students from 3rd year up until 4th year, and then a couple of master students were involved with it. And then there are lecturers and things that are overseeing what we're doing. And then the last car that we did was a little turbine car. Now this is, as far as I'm concerned, the most exciting. It sounds like you're staying next to a little Boeing jet. Okay, you've got this little turbine jet engine that you start up, and there's a little bit of puff of smoke, and it's coupled to a generator, and it charges your car. And essentially it's a generator. Okay? But the idea behind using something like a turbine as opposed to a normal generator or a normal car engine is that if we start investigating turbines and pushing the boundaries of efficiency, we can build the efficiency incredibly. As you can see from this picture behind us, there's this appeal process that goes to it as well. And that's, it's multidisciplinary. It's taking the best of what you can and using it. The one biggest thing we noticed in these projects is that everyone thought that these things were impossible. Okay? You're using undergraduate students, you're using people that haven't got experience. We started knowing nothing, okay? And you start from scratch and you can build yourself up to something. And that's the biggest thing you need to try to get across, is that you're capable of a lot more than what you think of, okay? Put your mind to it and you can solve pretty much any problem you want to in your field. The cars were purely a platform, okay? And the turbine car itself, okay, as I say, I need to just get back to this. It's this exciting little car that you start up and makes an extremely loud noise. I'm not sure if we've got any footage of the car itself, screaming at us. But one of the things I want to try to get across is the group itself was structured in such a way that it was like a company. So we had third years that would sort of do the general engineering, everything from wiring up the car to logistics and doing a telemetry system. We had the guys doing hands-on work, and a lot of guys studying engineering say, I don't want to get my hands dirty. You don't understand that getting your hands dirty is what teaches you what you can and can't do. You know how to design towards things, okay? You apply yourself differently. And people have gotten so involved and seeing just the third year group growing from to the point where they will stand back and begin the project to pulling all-nighters in the last couple of days and making sure we get the cars on the road for a race day. And it all started with this sort of orange car we built last year. With this, we intend to take us forward next year. Okay, next year we intend to take these cars, we're going to race them against all the international competitors in the Soweto Challenge 2012. So again, going to race these cars around the country with 3 cars, we're building another Soweto car next year. And again, pushing the boundaries. And there's no reason that we can't. You hear about all these top universities, the MITs and Michigan State and all these guys entering these kind of competitions. And to me, the biggest difference between what they are doing and what we are doing is they already know they can. We're still learning that, okay? Getting the funding, driving towards that kind of stuff, if people have enough faith in you, you can find that kind of stuff. But it's that drive and that sort of drive towards people being able to learn and realize that they can actually do this stuff that makes a big difference. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no difference that we can't, there's no reason we can't be at that level. I think that's where I'm going to leave it off. And thanks for having us. Appreciate it.